This is the Spiked Punch Podcast. Begin.
We starting, motherfuckers. Welcome to the Spike Punch Podcast, the best goddamn podcast in the city. Thank y'all for joining us again tonight.
Hi.
Yeah.
You want to introduce your company, Lala?
Hi.
Lala know how to find some company.
Hey, one thing about it, look, if y'all give me a topic and I feel like I have somebody who can shed some light on it, we're going to do it. So today,
that's awesome.
We're talking about polyamorous relationships. So I brought my boy Boogie through. Boogie does security around everywhere. If he looks familiar, it's because you've seen him before. But he also is in a polyamorous relationship. He is our celebrity
resident.
What do they call it?
Resident.
What's the word I'm looking for? Expert witness. Expert. Not expert witness. Expert person on this. Yeah, this is our expertise for today. I can't get my words together. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Oh God! All right, but
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, bro.
And we doing, what else we doing tonight? Oh, we doing the Mount Rushmore
The Mount
too.
Rushmore, yeah.
Phone will be here.
Not of hip hop, of R&B.
Yeah. Phone will be here shortly.
Phone's coming.
Yeah, if you're looking for that nigga, he'll be here shortly.
And if you haven't picked up our TikTok yet, go ahead and do that.
All right, so let's get to it. Let's just out the motherfucker.
Probably already out though.
We almost out. We almost out. We gotta get TikTok to sponsor us or something.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We might as well get to it. This was some interesting fucking shit here, man. And I did a little bit of research, but being that we have a lifestyle example of this tonight, I guess he'll be fielding all the questions.
Yes.
But Neo, polyamorous life.
So this picture.
Roxanne, what's the word?
I know. So this picture is this because I knew he had two.
Nah, he got 4.
So now, how long has it been for?
I saw 3.
It just got 4,
It
not
just-
that long.
Yeah.
I would imagine from the picture feed that I saw, it was 3 in a bunch of the pictures, and then an extra one.
And then
Yeah,
the extra
no, she literally just had it maybe like a month or 2 ago.
Okay. So how long have the originals been around? Do we know that?
I don't
Maybe
know.
like
Yeah.
maybe.
We kind of pointed out to the bottom
The
bitch.
same girls.
We looked at the bottom. We kind of figure out which one the bottom bitch just off opinion. You know what I mean? By looking
I don't
by
pay
the
too much
visual.
attention to Neo like y'all do.
Now, we all know that's
outside of music. I mean,
look. We all know that's
I
Rox.
don't either. He just popped up in our timeline. I ain't only nigga looking for Neo is
It's
that
Rock.
nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fact.
Think
But hey,
about no Neo.
But look, it was
That's
crazy.
cool.
It was crazy though, cause as a Neo fan, I wouldn't think the man could get 3 girls for real. Like,
I thought
Seriously?
the nigga might be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I thought he was gay, but if somebody would have said he was
No.
gay,
Yeah,
there would
I
definitely.
would have been like,
yeah.
okay.
That's
There
why I
would
said that.
definitely.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people that
That's
feel
why
that
I
way,
said
a lot
what
of
I
people that
said.
feel that
I
way
was
don't
like-
pay attention to his music.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Like, 'cause if
I
you
pay
hear
attention to
if you
music.
heard his first album, second album,
Heard them all.
like there's a lot of elements in his music
I think I put
that's
rock on the Neo.
not just
Oh, so this is your fault.
R&B.
Yeah, it
This-
is.
this-
I put rock on to Neo. So I was
this-
like, I'm a Neo. I listen to Neo's music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This man,
Music wise, talented, and that's why I was like, but like outside of the music, he gave off a whole different energy, and it's coming from a woman. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than
Yeah.
what a man would probably
Now-
see.
well, I'll tell you how I got to Neo could be gay.
Mhm.
He wrote Beyonce shit, and he wrote it from a perspective of a woman. And I was like, nigga, that's
But
That
it's
is-
not. But it's-
Babyface did
Is
say
Is that
but
that's
suspect
not-
or is that talent?
no, it's talent,
But it's
and
not-
though he gave an example of, or he gave an explanation of how he got there. He was like, I just grew up around all women. I watched my aunties, my
Yeah.
mama, and maybe that's just what it was. But for a dude to be able to get down, you're either very good with women or you're very gay. Or you spent a lot of time with women. One of the three.
See, but a lot of people are just attentive. A lot of people
Yeah.
are just attentive to women and how they function or the functionality of femininity. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like when you think about, like, to the left was an argument. Like, if you think about what an argument is with a woman, like when they get to snapping their fingers and moving their neck and stuff like that, like that's what the argument is.
Yeah.
Like I can
And
find
to the
another,
left
nigga, I can
as
find
a hit.
another nigga like you in a minute.
Yeah.
That shit to the left,
Irreplaceable,
oh, like
yeah.
that's an argument. So
Yeah.
he just made a melody out of an argument that he's probably seen before.
Yeah.
Oh, it been through.
You know what I mean? Or
And,
been
and
through.
at that point, a lot of it was just like you said. If he's writing from it's just repeating what was told to me.
Yeah.
So this is some shit women have said to me or done or whatever over this time.
Yeah, but
and-
there's
yeah.
a distinction though for me, right? Like I can understand the female way from perception, right?
Yeah.
But I don't understand it internally. Like I
Right.
could
True,
say,
true.
yeah, this gonna happen, this gonna happen, this gonna happen because women be like this.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But to get in here,
Yeah.
that's a whole different animal.
I mean,
that's true.
experience
yeah,
though.
or you
Yeah.
might be gifted.
Pay attention.
Yeah,
You
you,
pay attention.
If you pay attention to things, you can pick up things from it. Like if you're an attentive, analytical thinker, like if I can pay attention to you and I can analyze you, like I can tell you exactly what you're gonna do.
yeah.
I can tell you
But
exactly
with
how
women,
you
you
feel.
gotta be able to lie.
No,
Because
you
you,
can pay attention to if you pay attention to a woman and you analyze them to the point where you get an understanding of them, then you can say exactly how they are going to function.
But you know what the important part of that is? You got to care enough to spend that type of time and energy doing it.
A lot of men don't care, but then there are certain men who do care enough
Yeah.
that it's like,
I think Neo
Yeah,
but
one of
they
them
always
niggas.
get typecasted
Yeah.
as gay.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
you pay attention
Fair.
to
Yeah.
you pay attention
Fair.
to women this much, you're gay. No, it's not gay. It's just I pay attention to a woman like this.
Exactly. That is
And-
true.
But and so let me ask another question regarding that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The question is though, how can having that understanding on a deep, meaningful level,
Mm-hmm.
right, not go against your core build as a dude without lying? And lying ain't just
What do you mean?
I was somewhere else. Lying is also lying by omission. Like going along with something that you know I shouldn't go along
But you
with.
can learn that lying from a woman. Women lie by omission all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
all
that's
the
All
true.
the time. It's all kinds
That's
of lies.
how women lie, is by omission. They don't
Yeah.
lie like I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman can we like talk freely here?
Yeah. You cuss every goddamn thing.
Like I'm just like a woman that suck a nigga dick and then be like, I ain't fuck him. Like that's their omission.
Yeah, lie
That's what
by
I'm saying,
omission.
like,
It's
that's
lots of
their
different kind of
omission.
lies.
So
But
it's
you know
like,
what's crazy?
when they go-
That's normally what
like-
niggas do.
But
Niggas will
what
be like,
women
she
do-
sucked my dick, but I ain't fuck her.
But like
Nah, that's a
no,
court
no.
nigga.
That's a nigga will admit that a female will literally
Lead
suck a
with
nigga
it. dick,
swallow the cum, go in the house, kiss the nigga, and say, I ain't fuck him.
That's-
And they will
that's-
stand on
that's-
the fact that they ain't fuck him.
Lead
So they
with
will
it.
make it. They will make it so much about the fact that they didn't fuck him that he no longer is thinking about her
I
sucking
don't
the
know,
dick.
because niggas get more upset about you sucking dick than you fucking somebody.
I do.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd rather
Yeah.
fuck the nigga.
Fuck the nigga. Don't suck that
Yeah,
nigga
Yeah,
dick,
they
shot.
more upset about
So,
that.
I don't see a
Yeah.
woman freely admitting that.
Don't suck that
Nah.
nigga dick, shot, please.
We'll,
But-
Look at her
but-
face.
That's
I mean, it is like
that's sad, bro.
sex is a
Sad
spectrum.
about it.
Yeah, man. Kissing
Man,
me.
that shit the game.
Honey, I'm
man.
home and she got dick breath from yeah, no, right?
Yeah.
You walked to meet a bitch, give her head, and came back home.
You.
That's me doing it though.
That's crazy work.
The double standard
Thank
thing.
you.
That's
That's
right.
crazy
Double
work.
standard.
That's crazy work.
Double standard.
That's
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
work. Because if she's a squirrel that's all in your bed, it's crazy work. Like that's crazy work.
You,
Like,
you go
there's a
back
difference.
home,
Me
probably
too.
did
That's
a
a
shower,
difference.
wash your face, nothing, just got right in the bed.
That conversation we had that on air?
Yes, we
Yes.
did.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. But look,
Hold on, because you know what? This is interesting. Because shout out my boy LT. LT is on my life. He said, trust, I've been a side nigga for years.
Yeah.
some niggas like being
How
side
many
niggas.
dudes
I
really
don't-
admit to being a side piece?
Because
Some
it ain't a
niggas-
bad
a
thing to be a
It's-
side
it's a
nigga.
Some niggas
perfect
love
place
being
to be a
side
side
niggas.
nigga.
Let me ask you a
Perfect
question
place.
about Neo, ladies.
What's up?
Can Neo feed y'all cherries and you be looking forward to
You
that
talking
shit?
about like Usher do?
Like Usher do.
Absolutely not.
See?
Well, that's
So,
not fair. See,
okay,
that's
no, no.
a, that's a
No, no.
not understanding women question.
But no, there's a difference though. Because there's a difference. So if I'm at it, so perfect example. Let's take Trevor Jackson. That man is sexy as fuck, and he can sing his ass off.
Trevor Jackson. Oh, you talking about nigga from Grownish?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he did a concert and he was going around feeding cherries, absolutely, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna love it.
I said Neo though.
But
Yeah, Rock. Women, what they like is very specific
Exactly.
to them.
Yeah.
You can't just
So,
fucking
yeah.
throw a nigga out there
And here's the thing,
and
too.
think they, you knew what they was gonna say.
when Neo came out
I just
with
want to know.
when Neo came
you
out
know the answer.
with what was that song he did? His first song that he did with Petey Crack.
So sexy.
Um,
Stay with me.
Stay with
Stay with me. Yeah.
Stay with
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I had a crush on Neo
he
until he
loves
took his
Neo.
hat off.
Facts.
I was definitely, I like Neo until he took his hat off.
lot
And then
of
I ain't
women
seen him
did.
the same
No,
after.
I ain't gonna say
A
that.
lot of women did
But
until he took their hat
yeah.
off, and it was over.
Until when he took that hat
Something
off, I was
little
like,
as that with
It's
women.
the same shit with LL
That
Cool J.
yeah.
No.
A lot of women thought he.
Now, old lady
LL
almost
wasn't.
killed me
I'm
over
saying,
that.
I'm
wasn't.
saying, like LL.
But-
Everybody thought LL was sexy
Yeah.
until he
That's
started
sexy.
acting, and the nigga took his hat off, and then
Yeah.
it was like, what the fuck?
But he was still sexy.
He was
Yeah,
still sexy
no.
though.
But he was still sexy though.
I'm a
He was
man, so
still
I wouldn't know.
sexy,
But
right,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, I'm talking about from female friends of mine that
And they
I've
probably
seen them
did
respond
comments on
to
his
it. Like,
head,
what the
what
fuck?
the hell? But he was still sexy. It won't-
He's the first nigga to
Neo
hat
is not-
fish
So,
people.
Right.
so let's get to this shit, man. All right, goddamn it, that's all the preliminaries out the way.
Yeah, preliminaries.
Yeah, I like to jump out the gate with this. So the average dude watching this from a distance would be like, "Oh my God, that's so much pussy. My dick is gonna be so happy and tired, right?"
Yeah.
But when I see that, the first thing I think about is how you deal with one woman, and then you got 4 of those encounters daily.
Now here's what
Daily.
I'm gonna say with it. If you want to be in a polyamorous relationship and do it correctly and make sure everybody's happy, you're not gonna have. Now, granted, he's got 4. You're not gonna have 4 of the same type of. You're not gonna have 4 me's.
They still gonna be women.
True, but you have to realize people are different. So if you're in a relationship with me and Brittany, you're not getting the same type of female from the both of us.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
that's not what I'm
so true.
saying though. What I'm saying is there are things as a man that would not annoy me, but would annoy a woman. And one, it could be socks. One, it could be drawers. It's still the same annoyance when I gotta go deal with it.
Yeah.
Now,
That's all I'm saying.
now here's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, they different, but it's still the same.
But-
hold on. I'm gonna pass it
go
to
ahead,
you,
go
yo.
ahead.
And my thing is this, yo. As a dude, if you bitching about something little as a pair of socks in an indescript place, just pick the fucking socks up.
Right.
It's not even worth the fucking fight, right? But to her, that's important. So I do have to deal with it. You know what I mean?
But that's probably just one girl.
And
Exactly.
that's all women.
No,
That's
it's
what I'm
not.
saying.
chicks,
It's
sir.
not though.
It's
all-
not a sock. It's about the goddamn shit that annoy her that doesn't annoy me. And something about me is gonna annoy her that's not that big.
But
a deal.
there's
That's just human nature. That's just
Right.
people.
And there's a woman.
Right.
There's one woman
my
that might
point.
be annoyed. And then there's one woman just to
They
pick
ain't
the
gonna
fucking
give a fuck.
sock up.
Right, but
And
then, right, I
And I
just
say
said
nothing.
the other woman is upset about a fork in the sink. What I'm saying is, it's all
But why
across
does everybody
the
have to be
spectrum.
upset?
That's the definition of women.
It's
Right,
it's
it's that
example.
you understand what I'm
using that as
saying,
an
right?
example.
Okay.
No, okay,
yeah,
and
all
I
right.
get it,
Oh,
but-
okay, as long as you understand what I'm
But
saying.
to piggyback off of that, it's all based upon communication. Like communication. So like if I'm talking to one female and she like, I don't like socks on the floor. Like you gotta understand the first 6 to 8 months of any relationship is a lesson. Right?
Mhm.
And then with the other thing you gotta look at with women is whenever you get into a relationship, this is my personal belief. This ain't nobody else believes, my personal belief, right? Whenever you get into a relationship with a woman, you gotta do a bid. Like that's the bid, right? So if her last relationship lasted 6 years, you ain't shit till year 4. Like you got to do a bid because you got to get past their point of disappointment. Whenever that was in that time, you have to get past that point of disappointment. So they could be in a relationship for 4 years, nigga disappointed year 2. Once you get past year 2, it's like, all right, we made it this far, but this is when he started fucking up.
Right.
So you got to
Okay.
deal with
Get
that
past that.
bid, right?
Makes sense
But
to me.
within that communication, like you don't have to necessarily deal with like the bullshit of females up and down emotions, because females are not as emotional as men make them out to be. Like their response is emotional, not them.
Yeah.
So like when you look at it, like if somebody's spazzing out
That
over
bell
socks,
too early.
like somebody's spazzing out over socks, it's like
There's something else that I'm
it's
doing.
something that's like you don't care enough about me. You don't
Yeah,
care enough
it's
about
something
yourself.
under it.
You know, it's something under it.
Right.
So when you get to the core point of that, then it's like, I don't got to deal with that no more. Like I don't got to deal with that no more.
And piggyback off of that too is and communication is a big thing. So if we've been together for a year and you've known from month 2 that I hate socks on the floor, and we've been together a year and you're still putting socks on the floor and I
Yeah.
snap, it's because you already know this. I've talked to you about it. I've said something to you about it. I picked it up for you, thinking maybe whatever. I've left it to see if how long it's gonna take you to
Made
pick it up.
yourself mad.
I've said something
This is
to
pretty
you.
normal.
No.
Yeah,
See,
run of the mill.
But
Yeah.
think about it, all of it though. So I have said something to you. I've done it for you. I've ignored it. Everything. But all this time, you also known this from the beginning. You chose not to give a fuck because you don't care enough.
Yeah, and see, that go where the disconnect is. Okay. Right there is you care about it more than I do, and you want me to care about it as much as you do, but I don't.
No, but it's not caring about.
Okay, yeah, I don't. If you don't want me to nag you, if you don't want to keep hearing this, and you know this is what's gonna piss me off, why? If you know I hate when you do this, and you continue to do it, don't be mad when I nag on you for it.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't be in that situation because it just ain't worth the fight with me at a certain point.
But the disconnect isn't you caring about it, her caring about it, right? I think that's what the disconnect between men and women is, right? Yeah. It's like, I don't give a fuck about it, you give a fuck about it. But the rebuttal to that is, well, you should give a fuck enough about me to not do it.
Fair enough.
So when a woman is responding to you, she's responding because it's like, I know you don't care about it, but you should care enough about me and how I feel to not.
It was never about the fucking
sock. It
wasn't
about the sock. It was about you
never
about
the fucking sock.
So it's like when you in that space, it's like, all right, cool. Like I know that this is gonna. Like I've personally in my personal life, I've catered things based upon knowing what would be a trigger of some sort. Right. So it's like I cater to that, so I know what that is. I cater to this, so I know what that is. You know what I mean? So.
And part of it too is if you're with somebody and you want them to be happy, that's part of why you're with somebody. I want to make you happy. I love you. I want you to be happy. I want us to be happy. So if I'm going to make sure that I don't piss you off, even if I'm not actively doing something to make you happy, I'm at least going to keep you from being pissed off by not doing stuff.
But the reality of that though, Lala, in my experience, is that's never going to happen with two people. It's just not going to happen. What I found the best solution for me has been learn when to pick your fight. And some stuff ain't worth fighting over. I don't like when you leave your bras hanging here or there. But you know what I do? It annoys the shit out of me. And you know what I do? It's not worth the fight with you and ruining your day. So I'll just move it myself.
But you know what the other difference is? But you know what the other thing is? If you tell me, I can fix it. If you tell me, I don't
need you to fix it. I don't want you. It's not that big a deal for you to change it.
No, but it's not a big deal. But if you tell me, okay, cool, that's an easy fix.
What's good, my guy?
It's not a big boogie fool. It's not a big deal. It's nothing. If you tell me I don't like when you hang your bras on the back of the door, okay, cool. When I live by myself, this was something I did. That's not something you like. It's an easy fix. All we got to do is communicate. You say it once, I'm fixing and we done. Boom, I fucking love you.
Yeah, they was like, bro, get Tic Tacs. You already
look. When we started, I said, Foom, you on the way? I said, if you ain't picked up no Tic Tacs, we need some more.
Yeah, no doubt. But Foom,
hey, Tic Tac, we need
bring Foom up to speed. What we talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, we talking about the polyamorous relationship.
Polyamory.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because speaking of which,
and Boogie is an expert of it.
He's married, but he's a polyamorous person. So that's okay.
So
now that Foom is
you can hear it too.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, Boogie? When I hear you talk, it sounds like the way Neo was talking.
Yeah.
It come from a place of understand. I want to understand so I can operate in this space.
So now that everybody's here, we got the full cast here. Explain how your polyamorous relationship works.
I don't really like this. Is kind of crazy because I ain't even talked to my wife about it.
Oh my God!
Oh shit!
Like my wife knows.
Love
how
you.
I am, though. My wife knows.
Sorry,
how I
thought he told you. But
my wife knows how I am.
Remember, you love me.
But being in a poly relationship, right? Like it's let me generalize it. When you're in a polyamorous relationship, like it all depends on what the dynamic of your relationship is, right? So you have MFM, you have MMF, you have FFF, right? So like MFM, and it really means something with the letters, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so like MFM is male, female, male. Right.
Okay.
So it's when you're a man, you're with a woman, that woman has another man. The two men don't interact, literally and figuratively.
That's like some shit.
The two men ain't fucking each other.
Yeah, I got
they two, right?
So they in the same room.
They in the same room, but they whatever, right?
Okay.
Then you have woman, man, woman, right? And that's when you have a man that has a woman, and then he has another woman. They have an understanding. When people hear poly, they think of woman, woman, man, right? So they think of two women that interact with each other. They also interact with the man,
okay,
right? So, and then you also have like male, male, female, where you have a gay couple and they have a girlfriend. right?
Hold on.
Like you'll have like two men that are gay, or like one man that's fully gay, another man that's bisexual, and he'll have a girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
So he interacts with both.
That's a word.
Right. So a lot of times when you have like a lot of times when you have many different poly variances, right?
Right.
It gets crazy, right? So she was stating about me being married. Cool. Prior to me being married, I was in an MFM, right? Where like I was dating a woman, she had a nigga, but we knew about each other. So like we would all go out and like chill because it was more so of a that's what she wanted. You know what I'm saying?
But between the two dudes and the chick, who was the one that was actually spending? Both of y'all was spending money on her, or y'all was spending money on each other?
We was all spending money on her.
So you would treat it'll be your turn. You would treat everybody.
Was there a dominant male in that relationship?
There wasn't necessarily like a dominance. There was like a I got it, you got it, I got it. Like it wasn't a discussion. Like it was like if we went out to eat, it didn't matter who got the bill. Like it wasn't like I'm the man.
Well,
you decide, nigga. I'm the man. It's like
I guess what I want to know is it when I say dominance, I mean is it a person that orchestrates all of this? Like I'd be like, okay,
well, in that particular,
this is my wife,
particular situation,
and I want her to be part of us.
So it depends on how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So because then you also got to take into consideration who's in the lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. So you have women that are straight that are like, I'm cool if you have another girlfriend and I know about it, it's all inclusive. Right. And you have women that are bisexual that are like, I like women too.
Okay.
Right? So my particular situation was with a bisexual woman. So me being with a bisexual woman, she's like, I like girls. I'm like, all right, cool. So what we would run into with that would be sometimes the woman would like her more than me. Sometimes the woman would like me more.
Did that bother you?
No.
Okay.
It would bother me.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing that's crazy too. A lot of people feel like it's like the shit. It's not. Because it's like because everybody goes to sex. Right? Everybody goes to sex, right? And it's like, yo, being in a room with two women, it's shit. Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
Leave with your dick.
Until they fucking each other and you're in the corner with your dick in your hand.
Yeah.
Like,
this, a dude broke up with his girlfriend.
Nobody need a penis? No, nobody need a penis?
I know a dude that broke up with his girlfriend because he talked her into getting another girl, and then the girlfriend ended up liking the girl. He said they be to a point where they was hooking up without him. Yeah, he was mad about that.
But that also comes from like where your level of comfort is as a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've had stud females like go at my woman, and I be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that was.
And they're like, but they also like talk shit. Like I'm fuck shit out your wife. I'm like, go. Like,
keep in mind his wife bad as a bitch.
So if you so feel a chicken there with a plastic dick, you and her trying fucking your girl.
But it's like if you think about it,
you gotta think about it. There's no plastic dick. If you're there, there's no plastic one.
But if you think about it, right?
One is just not needed.
The level of comfort that you have in your masculinity.
Yeah.
Like a lot of men say they alpha men. Yeah, fuck all that alpha man shit. If you're not masculine and you don't understand what masculinity is, then it's like, all right, cool. Like, that's why a lot of men that claim to be alpha men have a problem with it. Because they don't understand like
masculinity.
The masculinity is, I don't give a fuck what you do. I ain't going nowhere.
And then there's also different types of, because you have relationships that where, okay, like he said, like it's all equal. Like we all dating each other on the same aspect. Then you have other ones where it's like, okay, this is just for example. Okay, me and Foom together. All right, we together, we married, whatever it is. And we decide, okay, we want to get, and some people will call it whatever else. I know the main word I've heard is called pet. Mm-hmm. Like we want to get a pet. So this is a girl that we both, and more than likely that's just a sex thing. So she's the extra. She doesn't get as much as I do because I'm the main one. Mm-hmm. You're the extra, so you're not on the same level as I am. So if I get a necklace, you might get a smaller one, or you might get like you're never going to get the exact same thing I do. You're gonna get a portion of it, but I'm always going to be a step above you.
But there's, not to interject real quick, but I want to make this distinction, right? There's a very big line. It's not a thin line. It's a big line between being poly and being lifestyle. So a pet would fall under lifestyle. Like a pet would fall under we just fuck. Like that's what a pet is.
Okay.
Lifestyle polyamorous is like we're in a relationship together.
Yeah, we live life together.
We live life together. So a lot of people that go straight to the sexual aspect of it, the when they hear poly, they think lifestyle. Like that's what people think. Like, oh, they poly, they all fucking. Like, nah, bro. Like you do know that. So like even like if you look at Neo's situation, right? Like he got 4 girls or whatever. I don't know the number, whatever the number he got, right?
He got 4 joints.
He got 4 joints.
Yeah.
But 2 of them could be bi, 2 of them could be just lesbians that like him. 2 of them could be like, oh, I love him as a man and woo woo. And then another 2 of them could be like, well, we can play with each other and whatever sexually. Yeah. But relationship wise, they all coexist. And one of the things that people always leave out is you can't have a core relationship in that regard unless money is a factor.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you have a lot of money, when you have a lot of money, like you can function in a core space more so than us working it out. If I'm with, let's say I'm with her, like I'm just me, you. But let's say we all together, right? You got your crib, I got my crib. When you figuring out how to pay your rent, you figuring out how to pay your lights, and I pay all my bills by myself and I'm comfortable. You gonna come to me for rent, you gonna come to me for lights, then I'm like, fuck, I gotta take care of all of this. But if I go, well, y'all can move in with me, I pay everything. You don't have to worry about your bills. You don't have to worry about vacations. You don't have to worry about your desires and what you want to do. So now, whatever space we're in, your general like life concerns don't exist. So now it's what do I do to make him happy? Right. What do I do to make her happy? What do I do to
who got the pancakes? Who got the waffles? Who got the eggs?
Like that's it.
You know, who gonna iron this shirt?
And I say all of these things just to build on everything that you're saying, yo. Yeah, you gotta have enough paper to make it viable for the participants. If you're a dude in all of these women, that's one thing about it. Because it's a biological factor to this too, right? And I know society-wise and how we practice today in Western culture is you marry one person. Jesus is king. Right. But the truth of the matter is, biologically, for a woman and her children, it's better to have one rich man that gives you access, that gives you the best health care, that gives you the best food. Your children have the best medical attention, the best teachers and education. It's actually better for you than it is to be with a poor dude.
Yeah.
Biologically.
But the flip side to that
that's
too
not bio, that's economics. That's just
but if we were, listen, and it's weird that I'll explain it though. Okay. So if you take it back 200 years and we hunter-gathering farming, right? It's better to be the dude with the dude that got 50 acres and enough food to feed everybody than it is to be the dude who we might starve in the winter.
But then let's go.
That's the biological.
But let's go off of that example. Right? Let's take it even further, like to primal, right? Right? You look at wolves, and then you look at lions. Who hunts in lions?
The women.
The females typically.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a polyamorous relationship where the women go get the food. So you have certain aspects where the men and the alpha and they get all the food and they take care of everybody else, right? Yeah. And then you have other aspects where the women will take care of everybody else.
Yeah. Right. I like that one.
So when you have rich dudes, they deal with it from the aspect of they're the breadwinner. Yeah. And then you got these sage burning, incense burning, weed smoking, long dreads, smell like soap, black soap niggas. They got 5 different women that pay all his bills.
Yeah.
And all he do is dump dick.
He's very gifted.
That's all he do is dump dick. You know what I'm saying?
Very gifted.
He pay attention to their intellect and whatever, and then they fuck them, and then they happy, and then they take care of them, whatever. And those are soft-spoken, shalom, grand rising. Them niggas grand rising. Got 4 or 5 joints that pay his rent. He dump dick. You know what I'm saying?
So, hey, Sean, what did you just say? What did you say? Exactly.
It's right here.
Exactly.
Some dudes gifted like that.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Especially when it comes to female, and Sean, you said something. I want to say when Broadway we said that really stuck out, and it was in a relationship, a man is the math, the female is the art. So they're both important, and they may not seem equal, but they both really are.
Very important. Because men would be treacherous without women. Treacherous.
And the thing is also...
Men are treacherous because of women.
Yeah, that too. yeah.
But it's
Men
like,
treacherous.
I think one of the things also is being able to really understand. Because here's the thing. You can pay every bill I have, but if I don't like you, I don't want to be around you, I don't like talking to you, I don't like being in your presence.
All that don't matter.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, it don't matter.
But for
Like-
I will speak
Yeah.
for me in that particular instance. I pass it to you, phone. I will speak for me. If I had that kind of money, right? First of all, there's going to be an order in the house. And if you can't get into the order, and I ain't talking about dominating you, I'm not talking about controlling you. What I'm talking about is I got 4 women and shit need to be at a certain level or it will be mayhem. And if y'all not going to listen to me, right? And I'm paying every goddamn thing, then you would be the one that have to go. And that's just that simple, yo. And if you didn't like me, that's fair. I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? You should move on and go be happy. I'm not mad at that. But if you can be here and be agreeable and function inside what we're doing, then yeah, I got you.
So on that though, when you're saying I'm the man, I'm paying all the bills, I got all the money, I'm taking care of everybody, what is that all you offering? Is the fact that I'm paying everything? Because what do you do special to make that girl feel loved?
Well, first of all,
Paying bills ain't shit.
Well, you just said it
Paying bills don't
clearly.
mean-
Yeah, you just said it clearly, and he said it clearly, and Rock said it clearly too. Yeah. If she don't believe in you and trust you and like you and respect you, then the money ain't gonna mean shit. So we got to start right there.
Okay.
The money is the bonus, and it's the
Money's cherry
trade-off.
on the top.
Right.
Yeah.
The money is the trade-off because you're making a sacrifice that you got to split me with these other people. Right? So to offset that, what I can offer you, amongst other things, is comfort and not worrying. And if you want to trade that off and you can be agreeable, you know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm saying. Okay, you're paying the bills in the house. We all live in the house. You're paying all the bills in the house. Fine. What do you do for me to make me feel special from Brittany?
I don't know, because y'all different. What do you need?
Speak to you, understand you, and communicate with you.
Yes.
As you.
Understand you, communicate with you.
Yeah, but not as Brittany, as you.
You know,
So that's what I'm literally asking you. If you're
listen,
you,
I'm telling you.
I'm not asking you. I know your answer.
He ain't answering it. So I'm answering it.
But y'all gonna answer different. That's what I'm saying. I know what you're gonna do. I know you. I know what you're gonna do, and I know y'all are different.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking. If you have 4 girlfriends and me and Brittany are 2, what do you do for me different than you do from her?
Well, what I would have to do first is know you.
know both of y'all.
Right, because I can't do for you what I do for Brittany because y'all ain't the same people.
2 different relationships.
Yeah, it's 2 different relationships. I'm gonna have to give you
He probably
what
watch
you
football
need.
with you. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you the one. If you love a football game
exactly.
and Brittany don't, me and you going to the football game.
Exactly.
But that's specific to you.
Okay.
And if Brittany don't want to go, that's fine. If Brittany do want to go, that's fine.
If it's a
too.
Brandy concert,
Why Brittany comes to my football game?
Brandy concert.
It's really no different. It's really no different from like now you just not with people at the same time.
At the same time,
you got different relationships with different people. You might do this with this girl, this what we like together. Then the other girl you talk to, we do this together because we like this. No relationship is the same.
No.
So I'm sure if I had 2 women or whatever, my relationship would be different with both of y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what me and you got
Right.
that make us tick.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do what her would make us tick.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
But it's not polyamory if Brittany can't go.
It is because it's not her day.
Huh?
It is.
No, she can't go?
No.
Yeah.
If she wants to go, she can't go.
On my football date, no, she can't go. Take her on a different one.
That's a different date.
Y'all 2 motherfuckers will be fighting like a motherfucker.
Okay, but
What if Brittany want to
You gotta
go?
understand this too. There's a
She
little.
wanna go.
She wanna go.
that's the thing,
But the
because-
breakdown of it is,
You gotta go to another
the breakdown
game.
of it is this, right?
Okay.
Let's say you taking her on a date, she can't go.
A
Right?
date, right.
Well, let's say you taking her on an outing, whatever, she can't go, right?
Okay.
There has to be 2 factors. Number 1, there has to be a cohesiveness between them so that they understand, oh, girl, that's your day. I'm going to go on my
Cool.
day.
Right.
That's number 1. The other aspect of it is there has to be a matching level of intimacy, right? So where if I know her favorite color is blue, her favorite color is purple. If I buy something purple, she knows, oh, that's hers. If I buy something blue, she knows that's hers. But what I mean with the cohesiveness is, if I come in the house and I went and I bogged out and I went and got a Birkin bag and it was blue, and then she get the Birkin bag, she be like, "Oh, girl, you got your bag. Oh, girl."
Agreeable.
Right? Because that's a cohesiveness between the women.
Yeah.
So The issue isn't with the intimacy aspect; it's with the cohesiveness of the women. And as a man, in that particular instance, you have to foster that.
That goes back to what you said.
Like you got exactly. You have to create a space where they get to talk and they get to understand and they get to become cool. Because when you have that cohesiveness, she's not gonna care.
Yeah. She's not gonna care about
it. She's like, I ain't going. Fuck that football game. I'll see y'all when y'all get back.
And what I'm saying, and it's not just and what you said, that's 100% on point. You're cooking, brother. You're fucking cooking. But what I'm saying is, what if you have a scenario where both people, and I understand the distinction between she loves football and this is our date. Yeah. That's okay, and Brittany King, that's cool. Yeah. And if them two understand that, then that's great. But what if there's a scenario where both of them want to go?
But if you have the intimacy aspect down packed, then that can be a rebuttal. Do you understand? Does it make sense?
Oh, they both can go.
So like, if no, I'm saying no because she's saying she don't want her. She wants her all individual time.
Yeah, my thing is, if you have 4 of us and you want all 4 of us to be agreeable and do whatever I have no problem with that. But you still have to make me feel special.
I got you. I'm with that.
So that's the thing. So if I love football, and people know I love football. Yeah. So if you give me tickets to a Cowboys game, I'm hyped. We going to a Cowboys game. Why is she coming on my date?
I just clarified.
Yeah.
If that's our date, then I understand.
But I understand the point that you're making.
So even if she likes football, take her to a different game.
The point that you're making is what happens if she wants to go, she can't go, and she's beefing.
Right. And what you're saying is that need to be laid down.
No.
Well, they understand.
What I'm saying is the intimacy is the rebuttal is within the intimacy. Does it make sense what I'm saying? So like, I know you so much. You like, I want to go to a football game. And
no, you don't.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to take you to Morton's. Because you love Morton Steakhouse. And you love Morton Steakhouse more than the fucking football game. So like, look, babe, when I see you, I'm going to take you. Don't worry about fuck the game. We'll take her to the game because we're going to have a whoop.
Sound like Pimpin'.
We're going to go to Morton Steakhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's
So when you hit her with the, we're going to Morton Steakhouse, she'll be like, it's cool. And then you take her to the football game. Cool. Right? But she like that green dress. Yeah. She's seen it in the store. So when you come home,
got a green dress.
Hit the dress, hit the shoes, we going to Morton, so I get dressed.
Get
now she like, fuck the football game.
Yeah.
She don't even really like football.
She don't care about the football game. So
and she hears something. Nobody give her no goddamn quarterbacks and shit. Nobody give her that shit.
When you have that intimacy, like people laugh about it, they say it sound like pimping, they do.
Yeah.
But it's like when you in that space and you able to hit.
Sound like compromising too, though. At the same time.
Exactly. But then here's the crazy part, and then I'm just gonna speak in a primalistic way as a man. You feel me? I'm gonna take you to the football game. You gonna fuck me? I'm gonna take you to more. You gonna suck my dick. We good to go.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like I don't care.
He just said that.
That's how Neo sounded.
That's how it is.
That's the crazy shit.
So
that's exactly how we sounded talking.
But he ain't the boy though. Y'all got a whole different line with
the boy.
And especially with all of this is in a relationship like that, you're not gonna have 4 of the same type of female. Why? Because that's what you're gonna run into. If you're dating same with the 4 type of female, then guess what? When Chris Brown show come, each one of them wants to have that little personal thing. But if all of them are the same, nobody's gonna have that special needs. But if you have, typically when it works best is you have 4 different types. Why? Because there are different parts of you that somebody's gonna feed. So there's gonna be that person that connects you. Okay, both of y'all like football. So me and you got the same football team. Cool. You and her have the same taste in music. I like music too, but I like maybe rap more than R&B. Y'all got more of that. So it's gonna be different, and that's how everybody ends up feeling special, because all you're really doing is finding the people that complement each part of you.
Absolutely.
I got a question.
Absolutely.
Even though she like football, but he got tickets to the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl is more than the game. It's everything that comes with the Super Bowl. It's the city, it's the party, it's the lights.
Now that's a one-off. If it's Super Bowl, now if you have tickets to the Cowboys and the Giants, I'm the only person going. But if you got Super Bowl tickets and everybody got, that's different. That's one. Yeah, that's Super Bowl. That's not.
Because it's more than just the game.
Exactly.
It sounds like too. It sounds like, and I'm learning as we go. It sounds like you have to be a very good manager to be that dude with 4 different fucking girls, yo.
Yeah, but that comes in.
You got to be a good manager.
Like, I'm not gonna say all men, right? I'm not gonna say all men, but majority of men are that. They just don't know it. Like, you know how many men will be at peace, that they stop cheating and just be poly. Like I said something about it on my, like she laughs at me, right? Because like I'll get on live on my own live, right? And I just be talking shit. Like that's just what I do. I just talking shit about random questions, whatever, right?
You come up with the most random questions.
I do. But so one of the things I was saying was like, bro, you know how many people would be all right if they didn't cheat, they were just poly, right? Because men do that already.
Yeah.
So it's like if you think about it, men do that already. Like you can fuck with your main, right? And make your side just as happy as your main. And you do the minimalistic things for your side. So it's like, all right, so what if
she don't require as much as the main.
Exactly.
So,
but then,
she know what she's stand at.
Exactly. Okay, so now let's say you amplify that. You make your side another main, but she still knows where she's at.
Her position, yeah.
Her position and what she, not even a position, because that sounds barbaric. Like if you go, all right, this is what you like and this is what you expect of me. Right? I'm going to exceed your expectations. Right? She's happy with fucking McDonald's. You took her to Morton's with her. She ain't never seen no shit like that. Yeah. So now in her world, she like, well, I'm the happiest I can fucking be. I only needed this. I'm getting this too, and then everybody happy. And then she's the side, right? So she knows what you like in other aspects. Because she's the side, she saw you in your moment of stress. Because that's where you went to for your stress relief. So whenever there's something that's going on, she could check her. I bitch don't do that. He don't like when he told me last week, you gotta relax, ho.
Yeah.
You doing too much, bitch. Right?
Yeah.
You act like you know him better than me. No. I just know him in that space.
So look at this nigga. So look at that nigga. I don't think I ever seen you this happy. Just sit there and be quiet in my whole life.
It all in.
Yeah. It is though. It is.
Oh, good.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's judged a lot. People talk shit about it a lot.
And that's one of the things too, because a lot of people see, okay, you see Neo with 4 different females, and it's like, okay, whatever else. But if I got 2 boyfriends, it's not gonna get looked at the same.
Because there's a distinction with that.
But it can be if it's presented a certain way.
Yeah, both of y'all all 3 of y'all show up at the same time. Ain't nobody gonna look at that.
But you know what? You know what ends up happening though? If I show up as basically kind of what?
Oh, go ahead.
What is that?
I hate fools. He said, no, that's right. He said train, and that's what people think. They either think train or they think one or both these niggas are some simps. Y'all not manly, y'all not masculine,
but
y'all some simps, y'all. But
yeah.
because
there's some biology to that too, though, man.
Men that take care of their women that are attentive are considered simps.
I don't think men be looked at as simps.
Men that take care of
yeah, tell the microphone.
No, I'm just saying if she had 2 dudes, I don't think guys look at them niggas as simps. They're like, damn, both of them niggas fucking that junk.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you from being in it. It's these niggas is beta males, they simps, they suckers. You know what I'm saying? They allow that to happen and all other types of
that would
things.
never be me. My girl could never have nobody other than me.
That raises.
I would look at the niggas like that.
Because I would think not only they got hurt, they probably got somebody else too.
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
Exactly. Yeah. But when you find out they don't.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have to be like, damn, that's crazy.
They go.
I still don't think I look at them as simps.
They go. They simps. They go. They suckers. They beta males or they gay. Yeah. That's what everybody says.
But this is my...
That might cross nigga mind. They could be gay.
Yeah.
This is my thing with that, though, right? Because there's a biology to that, too, right? Mm-hmm. Who kid is it?
Who said there's a kid involved?
No, if you fucking and...
he said,
who kid is it?
That's why it's different for us. That's why
I know. I have friends personally that have been in that situation, and they like, it's our kid. Like, they both act like they did that.
Yeah.
They don't care. Like, they never been paternity tested. None of that.
No, that's cool.
Our kid.
No, that's part cool. You can say it's our kid, but biologically, it's somebody's kid.
Yeah.
Right.
But
my resources are legally.
He just said nobody took a test.
I understand that. I understand. We can say that's our kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But biologically, that's one of our kids.
And not just biologically, legally. If this thing dissolved today, when you go to the court and we got to figure out paternity, my resources go to that baby if it's mine. That's true. Legally.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and that if it's a person, we decide that.
See, but you know what? And that right there separates the fantasy world from the reality.
No, but it doesn't though. Because no. Because you got to think about it. Because a lot of things that the court takes into consideration is what has been the norm up to now. So if the norm up to now has been, it's been the three of us. We got this mama, we got two daddies. That's how it's been from day one till this kid was 7. Now, whatever happened when this kid was 7 and everybody broke up, okay, fine. But if both of y'all have been actively taking care of this baby, regardless of the paternity, there are courts that will put both of y'all on child support.
I'm going to kill that right here. I tell you where I kill it.
If he don't want to be part of it.
I tell you how I kill that right there. They don't do that for stepdaddies.
That's right. That's what I said. That right there don't say.
No, that ain't what I'm saying. What I'm talking about legally, if you are married to this woman, right?
I'm saying it's happened to me.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's happened to me as a stepfather.
Well, let me say.
And you've been taking care of it for 10 years. You got to pay child support.
Yeah, but follow what I'm saying.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Right, because that's not the side I'm laying on. Side I'm landing on is if she says I want to end this relationship and you've been a stepdaddy and I'm going to take this kid, they will not necessarily give you no rights to that kid.
Fact.
Now,
that's a fact.
Right.
Yeah, no
that's
rights.
what I'm saying. That's the side I'm trying to land
I
on.
feel you. That's a fact.
Right. Yeah. Now you could be the daddy. You could have been taking care of the dad, and y'all taking care of the kid. I thought it was mine. We've been raising the kid together for 10 years. You wind up not being a daddy, and they legally make you take care of it. Yeah. What I'm saying, if that woman decide that I'm taking this kid with me in this breakup, stepdaddy got no juice in that shit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Facts.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And that's where I was going with it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, all of us can be together and one half like, yeah, both of us did that. That's fine. But like you say, if shit break and shit go left, somebody gonna have to, you know.
Yeah, she gonna look. She gonna look for some
people don't
security.
live in that space. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't live in that space, and a lot of times if you're in a poly relationship, there's a discussion over who's gonna be the daddy or not. Like there's a discussion over who's gonna. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen it where.
But what if either one was like, yo, I don't know if it's my kid, so if it's not my kid, I'm out.
Nah.
Like what if?
But like a lot of times, going
into the relationship, that wouldn't have been something that
we talking about worst case scenario when we talk to that. But what I'm speaking to is like, if there's like, yo, we want to have kids, right? Yeah. It's like, all right, you come with her this week. whoever figure it out, and then I'll come in. Like it will be a specific practice. Like this sounds really
What's
like
the movie?
It sounds really like.
It was like.
Would it be like a fun competition though?
You know what's funny?
Yeah, because it'd be like.
I know what movie you talk about. You know what the name of the movie was?
Savages. Savages. Yes. Savages is what we talking about, Shawty.
It's a movie called Savages, where it's a girl with 2 dudes.
And she was fucking both of them. They was both cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm big on the legality.
But you know what? And I'm glad you brought that up because one of the biggest things is they were 2 very different dudes.
Yep.
One was more sensitive. He was a little softer. He was kind of, and even in the beginning when she was explaining to me, she was like, "This dude, he's like this. He's soft. He's sensitive. He feeds my emotions, my needs. Like we make love." This other one, he's raw. He's rugged. He had PTSD from the door. He said he fucked the shit out of me.
Yeah.
2 different things.
You know what's curious about that? It just like sitting with Kim and them and listening to the women talk, man. When sex is not the center, right? Because for like women, sex is not necessarily the center. You know what I mean?
Same thing, yeah.
Right. It's not. No, I said not necessarily the center. Yeah, not saying they don't want to fuck. What I'm saying is not necessarily the center. It's not what make me go necessarily, right? And a lot of women do that already if sex is not the center. They building niggas all the time. They got their gay friend. They got the nigga that they'll fuck. She might got a kid with the nigga that's doing well. You know what I'm saying? They can take. They building a nigga all the time if sex is not the center.
Yeah, I call it the Decepticon.
But you know what's crazy? Because you know what the other thing I really loved about that movie is, yes, she was with both of them. But when the cartel kidnapped her, them niggas banded together and when it got their girl back.
Yeah.
They were like, fuck y'all, that's ours. And they went the fuck off to go get their girl.
And then one of them died?
Yeah. But it was, she belongs to us. This yes, we share whatever, but nobody else can. So that's one of them things. And she also knew that. So even though I'm with 2 of them, that doesn't mean I want a 3rd. And that's the other part. So just because I am poly, just because I may have 2 boyfriends, it doesn't mean I want a third.
You think of the 4 girls that Neo got, you think he not sleeping with one of them?
Definite possibility.
I think 2.
I can almost guarantee he probably not.
Yeah, you think he's not sleeping with one of them?
I think that 2 of them are sleeping with each other.
Yeah, one of them is probably there just as a friend.
And they're around, and he's like, "I take care of you."
Wow.
Because you're fucking my girl, so I take care of you.
In some kind of way.
You think he fucking all 4 of them?
Yeah, he might not be fucking all like regularly, but I think he fucked all 4 of them.
At some point in time, probably, yeah. But as a regular occurrence, probably not, because everybody has
that make it easier for me.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, my thing is, it's 3 rules to every relationship. For instance, any type of relationship you have is 3 rules. Know your position, play your part, shut up.
Yeah.
As long as you can do that, everything. But a lot of it is communication, because you have to know what your position is.
It's a lot of communication.
You have to know how to play your part. You have to know what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot say, what lines to cross and what not to.
Yeah.
When I had 2 girls, they kind of work shit out.
Yeah.
It's like.
That's often how it goes.
Yeah. And what I say is this. I will say that there is a gifted dude somewhere that could just talk 2 women into it. But that's not most niggas.
No.
I just would imagine that's not the vast majority. Vast majority of niggas is you're messing with a girl that like girls and she go get another girl.
Absolutely.
And then what the fuck wound up happening was it was a lot of communication beforehand.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, look, you gotta do it like this. This is what she told me. Before it all jumped off, she was like, you gotta do it like this. Don't let me see you with that bitch when I ain't around. Yeah. Right? And then it's a communication going that ain't got no words either. You spending a little too much time on her.
No.
If I know you're with somebody,
that's just an understanding.
Yeah, that's not a polyamorous relationship. That's just understanding.
No, I know it wasn't polyamorous. No. I never said it was polyamorous.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the other part. It's a distinction.
That was a moment. In my life. But what I'm saying is watching it happen and how the whole act was facilitated. She kind of ran the show and not running me, she put me where I needed to be at so that I don't cross the line with her. And then she checked the other girl in a way. She was the glue. Yeah. Even if I get the ride on the saddle, she was still the fucking glue. Yeah. And it makes sense to me.
I feel like it's crazy that people have this perspective of poly and nobody does like, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are talking about it, y'all are asking questions about it, y'all are figuring it out, y'all are getting an understanding of it. People just see it and go, oh, that's what that is.
And so it's not as bad as everybody think it is.
Because a lot of people start and stop it at sex. It's, oh, you fucking everybody, and that's all they see.
Yeah, you gotta be
like,
sex.
it's so much. And here's the thing, too, you gotta understand, especially if you have, even if you just have 2 females. If you have 2 females, especially if you move them in, you got 2 females with a period, especially if they sync.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking shit. I just finished straightening one thing.
Exactly.
Now I gotta fix this too.
So as much as you want to say, when she on her period, I can fuck this one. No, we both on our period.
I started, and my niggas laughed at me. Whatever. I started a fucking go pack. I started a go pack
around each other.
Like I started what I call
I got 2 sisters that are pregnant right now. One due in July, one due in August.
I got what you call a period go bag.
Ain't no girls hung around each other enough that y'all get a period at the same time.
Nah, that's how it is.
Real shit.
But like I got a period go bag, and niggas laugh at me for it.
What's a period go bag?
A period go bag is a weighted blanket, a heated bean bag, liquid Tylenol,
Liquid Tylenol.
Aleve muscle and pain, right? Extra strength, right? Because Aleve is small, liquid Tylenol is liquid, right? And then, so it's the weighted blanket as well, right? So it's like literally, I'll go warm up the bean bag, put it on your stomach, take the weighted blanket, fold it in half, put that on your stomach so you have pressure and you have heat, right? I give you the liquid Tylenol, and then I give you whatever intimacy. I give you whatever sweet you like, so that you're comfortable. Because one of the things I learned is, one of the things I learned is, right?
The weighted
that's why I saw you. I saw you on the HBO show, Sharon. That's why I saw you as
but they're gonna sync up, right?
Yeah.
So if you have like a go bag, right? So what happens is, women won't tell you; they'll make a face, right? So 2 days before the period happens, you pay attention to your woman. She'll be in bed and she'll go. That's the first cramp. So you know from that first, get the bag. And then I got you straight. And then she go, get the bag. I got you straight. And now they laying in the bed together and they doped up. They got the
the game.
They got the heat. They got the heat. They got the compression. They got whatever else. And then it's like, then you do something that pertains to them, right? My wife likes pressure. I'm a big ass nigga. My wife is petite.
Yeah.
Right?
She's smaller.
So my wife will literally be laying on the bed and then I'll be like, I'll pull my phone like I'm scrolling and I'll lay on her stomach. Like, I'm fat. So when I lay on her stomach, it's mad pressure. And she just go, I got
this
you.
Nigga
Got you. Straight, no problem, I got you. Because I know, right? And then like, my wife does hair. So it's like, oh shit, it's day 2 and you did hair. Got you. One thing men don't know is a bath. You run a hot ass bath. You run a hot ass bath, you ain't blood everywhere, motherfucker. That shit seep back up your fucking body. You run a hot ass bath, you give her a full body massage. After you give a full body massage, you give her a feet rub. Once you give her the feet rub, you throw the motherfucking towel, you throw the blanket on her with the heating pad. Now she's fully relaxed. So in 15 minutes, this bitch sleep. Not bitch because my wife, but you know what I'm saying? In 15 minutes, she sleep.
Comfortable.
So now I know how to deal with that. So I can function off of that. Right? A lot of the issues that happen because men are not attentive to certain shit.
Hit that bell.
If I live by
Look, he was cooking so long, I was
if I
waiting.
live by the shut the fuck up method, right? It sounds bad, but that's how I live. Shut the fuck up method, right? What's one thing women don't know?
How to shut the fuck up?
No. What else they don't know? What they want to eat.
Oh yeah.
What you want for dinner? I don't know. So if I go, here's your blanket, here's your heating pad, here's some hibachi, here's it, rub your feet.
Yeah.
Now you fed, your period cramps getting taken care of, you heavily medicated, you leave me the fuck alone. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, if
That's
you really,
a different avenue to shut
and
the
if
fuck
you
up.
really, and if you really pay that much attention, you'll
Far
know.
more friendly.
What the fuck is that?
It's the long way.
Whoa.
It's a horsefly.
I don't know, but that shit is fucking huge.
It's a horsefly.
Go ahead.
But no, but you know that is crazy too, because I know I'm one of those, and it sounds crazy, but I know when my period is about to come on, I want Chinese food and ice cream. And
find you a nigga that know that shit.
so as soon as it's what you want, I'm like, I want Chinese food, I want ice cream too. They were like, and like I ain't gonna lie, first was one of those. First knew if I want, he was like, yeah, let's go ahead, and it was so funny because. I remember the last time, it wasn't even, it was actually Bam, no bullshit.
Yeah.
The last time it was Bam, I sent Bam to the store, I said I wanted a Slim Jim and a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Bam came back, gave it to me, did the dishes, and then went to the YMCA.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
He said, no, I know where this leads, I'm getting out of here. And a lot of dudes, if they really pay attention, when Bam started middle school and he knew what I went through, just whatever, he said, oh, this is what happened. He said, okay, when girls start acting like this because of this, and my baby told me in the 6th, 7th grade, he said, I'm going to keep a Snickers bar in my book bag at all times.
Yeah.
I said, that is the smartest thing you could have
But
done.
it's all about communication and being attentive. That's it.
Fair enough.
That is fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Neo impressed me thoroughly with his fucking interview. He is not who the fuck I thought he was. That nigga spoke well. He knew where he was going. He knew what he wanted. He knew what he expected.
Okay, so
he
last
knew what his
question,
job was.
And I'm going to ask Rob, because you probably know. So in in Neo's second marriage, was he poly in those two?
No.
There's video of his wife just getting mad at him because she was calling him Diddy Jr. because he was fucking different bitches.
Because I remember the chick, it was what, his first or second that was on hip hop. No, she wasn't on hip hop. She was on what?
That was his first wife.
Was Wives of
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. With Prince's and R. Kelly. Yeah, but her issue was with him cheating. So I was like, so when did he stop cheating?
After he left the second wife.
And he's not accusing you or anything. When or do niggas stop cheating and start poly?
I think that if somebody gets exposed to what poly is, then I feel like that stops the cheating.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of these niggas, they just be cheating because they don't know no better. But then it's like, once somebody go, hey, bro, you know you can do this. They're like, all right, how you do it? Like how he would sit back like,
Oh, Fumin over here taking notes.
Like, it's like when you have somebody and you explain it to them like that, and then like they'll try it. Like that's how a lot of those like people in that lifestyle. That's how a lot of those friendships are created.
Yeah.
Like you'll learn from somebody, and then like you keep asking questions.
I'm a firm believer. Before we move on, we talk about this a little bit.
Stop shaking them tic-tac.
We'll talk about it a little bit today at the shop. Like a dude was saying, yeah, man, girls ain't into that shit no more. I'm a firm believer you can get exactly what you want in a relationship if you communicate that shit and go for that shit. You get two girls if you want to. And if you want two niggas, you get. It's somebody that's with it.
Yep.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what do you mean? Girls don't do that. Of course they do. Somebody doing it.
But you know when people get upset is when you want something from somebody that's not gonna do it. So if it's I want two boyfriends and you know that's what I want, but you want me to only be with you, if you let me have two boyfriends, you're never gonna be happy. You're always going to be secretly resent
you
something.
can't make nobody
You disqualified automatically.
Exactly,
I don't want that.
Yeah.
All right, but we gotta move on, Lala.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.
You paying bills or we just going straight to?
Yeah, let me pay these motherfucking bills.
All right.
Real quick, and then we gonna do this.
Visit the Spiked Punch store. Quality, garments, style. Shop online at the link below.
The Spiked Punch podcast is sponsored by our friends at designonline.net, Bloodlines Apparel, and Spin 100 Radio. Now, back to the show.
That's what I think it is. I don't know if it's an habit.
You might like the
Tic Tac,
sound.
Skittles, M&Ms, whatever it is.
Probably
Sunflower
the
seeds
sound.
especially. Like,
All right. So let's get to it. Our next particular topic, Shorty.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I think this is a fair Mount Rushmore R&B.
It is. It's
I think it's fair.
I got one question.
Unreal.
I got one question because my only issue about the Mount Rushmore is Michael Jackson.
yeah. And you said that in the chat. You said Michael Jackson was more pop than R&B.
All right, but Sean defined pop, but
As popular, right?
But R&B, like when I think about R&B records, Shawty, like I think you fucked to certain R&B songs, right? What Michael Jackson song do you fuck to?
Butterflies.
there's a lot of them.
Not at all.
Hey, come on, son. Butterflies?
Butterflies, absolutely.
That's a nice song, but no.
You fucked the butterflies, son?
Man, I can fuck to anything. I fuck with rock with you. Goddamn, but,
No, I'm saying.
I mean, what
I know
you
you
saying?
saying. No, he got. But he
You
got
gotta realize, I fucked them all three. So
What's
I'm
your
just saying,
moment?
like,
Yeah,
I fucked the battle rap.
I fucked the nigga for life.
I couldn't
I
fuck
fucked the
like
battle
that.
rap. That was probably the best one.
Like,
Fuck the
you're not-
battle rap.
Best
You put on both three.
Best fuck to the trap music.
Listen, but Michael
Go ahead.
Jackson is not a go-to record when you about to get intimate.
Lady in my life.
You're not putting on Michael Jackson when you
I'm
want to
just
get
saying
intimate.
that's a
But
That's not
joint.
the only one, Lady in My Life.
Yeah, but he ain't got none of those kind of
Man, we
records.
just gotta go dig. I'm
Jackson
sure
five.
Mike got.
I Want You Back,
Right.
Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in my
like
life.
fucking to no ABC or I
Now,
Want You
okay,
Back,
But
Jack.
they got other songs.
But you know what? With what Rock is saying,
He got
I
Can't Help
now
It.
kind of understand. Because remember, one of the things we said in the chat was if we took Michael,
Oh, that's right.
I knew I heard.
I thought I was like, what?
It's right.
But I was thought it was.
Y'all niggas ain't see me kept doing like this. I was like, man, he is.
I looked at
Be
the
right.
I didn't know that door even
looked at the
open.
door like,
Hold on, man.
Wait, the front door not. What the fuck is going on right now?
I've been hearing that shit for a minute. Go,
Yo. I can't do it now, bro. Ain't you in my backyard, yo? Man, you gonna have to go, man.
What the hell is going
Who
on
the
right
fuck is
now?
that?
crackhead.
I don't know, but shit is crazy right now.
Who the fuck is
What the
that?
fuck is that, bro?
Cause I heard somebody knock on the front door too.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah.
All right, look, we gonna keep.
Go,
Okay.
go
what
get
was that?
Rambo, man.
Look.
What the fuck is that?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at-
But all right, so back to Lord, back to what we said earlier. So when we were in the group chat and we were saying, okay, if we took Mike Jackson off to put Prince on, now Rock to which to Rock's point right now, especially with the what would you fuck to? Is I would definitely give Rock the Mike. I would definitely say Prince over Mike Jack to the songs to fuck to. That's I would absolutely do because Prince's album, what was it? Prince's New Generation, that was just a symbol or whatever. Sexy Motherfucker, what was it? Was it Blue Light?
Well,
That was on that.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, that album, I definitely get the more R&B because you fuck to it as opposed to Michael Jackson.
Well, what I say about Prince is I don't think Prince is necessarily R&B either. Prince more like rock alternative to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think Prince will go
But
on.
I also mentioned Jackson 5. You got Who's Loving You.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
that
no,
shit. Fuck that shit. Huh?
He thought it was you.
Police out there. He look like he running from the police.
Oh.
oh. All right.
Go ahead.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
I was like,
But No, I was saying, Mike probably more R&B than Prince. I don't think Prince consider R&B.
Well, I don't know. You got Adore.
Well, I was saying the album.
Yeah, Adore. He can fuck to a Prince record more than Michael Jackson.
I ain't saying Prince more of a rock star.
He is.
Okay.
But
you know what I'm saying? But he does like that's why I say alternative though, because Prince do a little bit of everything. Yeah. But Prince an instrumentalist, man. He a musician. He more of a rock star to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like when you think of R&B, you don't really think of Prince.
No, you don't.
So if you took Michael Jackson and Prince off, who would you put?
Huh?
Stevie Wonder.
Prince ain't on there.
Oh no.
I'm saying like for the argument, if you took Michael Jackson off, and then you
I could put Stevie Wonder, I could put Babyface.
Yeah,
I said Babyface.
Yeah,
I would say
Babyface.
Babyface more than any other artist.
I said Babyface, and then I said Teddy Riley, but I was thinking Teddy Riley more on the producer aspect than.
Because that's
you just gotta look at lineage.
Hold on, let me do this too. Let me jump in right quick, just on definition shit.
Okay.
Michael Jackson is definitely considered R&B.
Okay.
Period. Prince, you on to something. I don't know what the fuck Prince is.
Yeah.
And this is the thing about it, yo. This is the thing about them distinctions, yo. When you go to the charts, typically, if a nigga is number one on the pop, he gonna be number one in his other category too.
Yeah.
So Mike gonna be number one in R&B,
and
he gonna be number one in pop.
He just track more in pop than R&B.
And then the more, and that's the thing about pop. Pop is gonna be the shit that's given to you. It's the most popular 100 record.
Yeah.
Period.
Popular,
But pop in and of itself, in its inception, is just popular records. Right? But it did turn into a format or a recipe to make a record where you get NSYNC and you get Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears.
And that's where a lot of things came into, because it was, and shout out my boy Goose Kennard, because he claims he's the king of R&B and knows everything. But there were a lot of people that were like, Beyonce stopped making R&B and started making pop. So then you had a lot of people that were saying, oh, this isn't R&B, this is pop.
Yeah,
but then it's R&B. Like, if pop means popular, then she wrote a hit R&B song that was popular, so it's both. But I also feel like there was a time, especially like you're saying, like that NSYNC, Britney Spears, where pop meant it was a certain almost like bubblegum factor to it. Like it was something you could play on the radio to everybody. It was always upbeat, happy, kind of uppish. Like it wasn't certain things that went into it. So when they started turning,
when I think of R&B, I think of
you did like soul
moments.
Yeah.
Like
soul
like if you
R&B.
like when you hear an R&B song, if you locked in with somebody, that song should remind you of that person. Like that, it should be more into that, because Mike make me want to dance and be like Michael Jackson. I want to put a leather glove on and put a coat on. You know what I mean? You want to be like Mike. Yeah, be like Mike. But I ain't never wanted to be Keith Sweat, bruh. Who wanted to be Keith Sweat? I never wanted to be Keith Sweat.
Okay, so
I wouldn't mind swapping spots with that nigga.
I just didn't want to be Keith Sweat though.
All right, so when you put it this way, when you think of, and I'll put you on the spot a little bit. When you think of CeCe, what Michael Jackson song would remind you of CeCe? It's not one?
Not one.
You ain't digging deep enough.
Lady in My Life. That's about it.
Okay, what about Usher? Let's go through the Mount
Usher
Rushmore.
Confessions. You Make Me Wanna. Nice and Slow.
Confessions make you think
I mean, it's just a song. It's the mood.
I got you.
It's the beat. It's the moment.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Nice and Slow. Definitely Nice and Slow.
Okay. All right, Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown is pop.
Yeah, I couldn't.
If y'all define it,
I can understand why other people would, but I can't fucking with Chris Brown.
Yeah, he's pop if you defining it as such.
Yeah, I can't really.
He the new king of pop.
Now Chris got joints, but it's like more new school though.
Yeah,
I want to say now, with Chris, is it an age difference? Is that the
definitely. Yeah, but I wouldn't listen to Chris Brown to get no ass though. He just wouldn't do it for me, Shaq.
Okay.
Because of the age difference.
All right, now R. Kelly.
Nigga. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? 12 play, nigga. My summers conceived off that joint, nigga. 12 play. I'm just saying though, but you know, back in the day, R. Kelly, anything.
Okay, so you have R&B song, but Michael Jackson ain't.
It ain't. I never would have put a Michael Jackson. Like if we gonna smash and we put a record on, it ain't Michael Jackson.
Right, what about Prince?
Jackson got some vibes though.
What about Prince?
Adore.
Prince, yeah. I want to say he did something called Blue Light or something.
Because how old are y'all? Y'all talking about age and shit. Like, y'all forgetting some of the greatest.
You just turned
he got international level.
If we going
Prince
king,
got some joints.
If we going king of R&B.
Yeah.
Now, also, are we talking
Brown,
about recording?
Usher, R. Kelly, perfect. You don't like Michael Jackson? Okay.
All right.
Luther Vandross?
I was gonna say Luther should be on there.
Isley Brothers.
I think Luther.
I was thinking Isley. I love Isley.
All Isley records.
And so the reason why I said Isley.
Hold on. Let
Go ahead.
Now, this been my whole problem with the list anyway, though.
Yeah.
Because we forget about the cats that came before these niggas.
Yeah.
Right.
We forget about the motherfucking Luther Vandross,
Right.
Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson.
Harold Melvin,
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
OJ's, nigga.
Paid the way.
Right.
Now, all those records, we go back to Harold Melvin, OJ's, Isley Brothers.
Exactly.
They got every record I fuck to, every song they ever made, shorty. I will fuck to,
Okay,
shorty.
but you
I agree.
Isley,
But we're
like,
talking about the Mount Rushmore, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
And a lot of it
Yeah,
is
Mike gotta be on there.
A lot of it is longevity.
But the reason why I say the Isley Brothers because they've been doing music since they came out.
So,
Every decade.
is it the Isley Brothers or
made album
Ron
last year.
Isley?
Still making.
Because think about it, it's only one face that's on it. We're not talking groups. We're not talking.
I mean, you would have to do Ron Isley.
Yeah, you have
As the
to.
singer.
Ron
But
The
look
rest
at-
of them was musicians.
But just
Right.
look at
Charlie
look at the lineage, right?
Charlie Wilson, bro.
That's how
Charlie Wilson,
right?
yeah.
I look at the lineage,
go ahead.
right?
Come on.
I look at the lineage, right? So R. Kelly is the father of Usher. Usher is the father of Chris Brown, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
You can go
if
back
you
a little
go-
further.
if
if
you
you
go-
want.
but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. With the Mount Rushmore is for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have R. Kelly is the father of Usher. Usher is the father of Chris Brown. Okay, so let's do it in reverse. Chris Brown, Usher, R. Kelly. Who's right before R. Kelly?
Who fathered R. Kelly?
Hold on.
Who fathered R. Kelly style?
That would be the
Hold on, we
that
got
would be the
Keith Sweat, we got
the
Aaron Hall.
Keith Sweat.
Yeah,
Keith Sweat, we got Aaron
I would-
Hall. Cause R. Kelly copied Aaron Hall when he first came out.
Yeah,
Give a
Right,
fuck
so
about it.
so here's where I was getting
I
to.
go back a little further. I would start at Jackie Wilson,
Yeah.
made
Sam Cooke.
Jackie Wilson, Sam Cooke,
Yeah.
Ronald
James
So-
Brown,
Yeah.
right, and then from James Brown, Mike come from James,
Mike come from James.
But you know what?
right,
I'm
and
gonna
then
give
when
you
Mike
two.
drops,
Yeah.
it go everywhere after
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I'm gonna
we got
give you
Bobby
two.
Brown from
Yeah,
Mike.
you got
We got
Bobby.
motherfucking Usher. We got Chris Brown. We got Neo. We
Yeah.
got. It's so many motherfuckers
Yeah.
came from Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna throw two in there that, as artists, not necessarily, but you got to think about how they write. The Dream and Sean Garrett.
As writers.
Yeah, you ain't
Right.
kidding.
If you the Mount Rushmore
You got to
writers.
sing that motherfucker.
Yeah, no, you do a Mount Rushmore writers definitely.
Okay.
But not this list. You know what I mean? But Mount, no doubt. But
But
I
then you got to
think
think about it. So we're taking those two. How many songs did they write for the people on Mount Rushmore?
wrote something for
Yeah,
Usher.
that don't really.
Ain't none of them wrote for R. Kelly.
In that case, Smokey Robinson should be all four faces
Exactly.
on that bitch.
Yeah,
we talking about
writers,
This nigga wrote for
Okay.
every fucking
You know what I'm
band.
saying?
I will
And
look.
sung the fuck out
Yeah.
that shit.
Can we
Quincy
agree?
Jones too.
Quincy,
Can we-
I was gonna
Quincy
say
Jones.
Quincy Jones. Yeah.
Can
You
we-
know what? That's who I think I would replace Mike Jackson with.
Quincy.
Would be Quincy Jones.
Nah, not the
Nah.
Nah,
Well,
nah.
no, that's a producer.
Yeah.
That producer's okay.
I think Luther
Babyface,
Vandross
yeah.
will
Babyface, I
be
would-
Luther-
a good replacement for
Luther
Michael
could be up
Jackson.
there.
Yeah, Luther
Man,
definitely.
Why do you want to? What's the real root reason why you wouldn't?
I never
Is he too
treated-
big for the.
I never treated Michael Jackson like the
I
R&B.
think he's too big.
And niggas don't never put Michael Jackson in R&B categories. They
That's
always
what
say
it
R.
is.
Kelly and
I said what I
Usher.
said.
They
Yeah.
never do.
It's
That's what I
definitely
said,
pop
that's it.
and-
They never did, bro.
But that's
Michael
what it
Jackson
is.
was in.
I just feel like
he's
like
in a
Mike.
category of his own.
That's fair. If that's
So
your,
it's like
Mike is a monopoly,
you can't put him
enigma. He in a
in.
league of his own.
Yeah.
Nah, that's fair if you take him off of that. But technically, you know what I'm saying.
I still, because I mean, Luther got more R&B than Michael did. Stevie Wonder's more R&B than
Man,
Michael.
you gotta go back to Jackson 5 and get all of that before you get to
That's
Luther,
what
yo.
I'm saying. You got Jackson.
Yeah,
Five.
you gotta get all
listen,
that
man.
nigga.
Nah,
Mike
'cause
done
Jackson
so much
5
before he became the king of
Yeah.
pop.
Jackson 5 was
Okay, all
not
right, we
You know what I'm saying?
We go there, but
Yeah.
come on, bro.
Huh?
I
Jackson
mean,
5 was not Luther level R&B.
No, it wasn't.
What do you mean?
It wasn't.
What does that mean? It was
Like,
a-
I'm saying,
wasn't
like,
R&B.
It's a
Luther-
different era of if everything is built off of something. So the migration from what Jackson 5 R&B is goes to the next level of
But
R&B
you gotta look
artists.
at it like this.
Jackson
though.
5
If you take it-
Temptations.
If you take it,
Right.
If you take it to where you're taking it, and you say we can't forget about, right? Then the Mount Rushmore is 30 years prior to Michael Jackson,
Shit, might be 50.
It
right?
gotta be.
Because you got to look at
James
you
Brown,
got to
nigga.
look at Not even James Brown.
James Brown ain't R&B to me.
James Brown ain't R&B. You gotta look at James Brown's funk. That's a whole.
Yeah, he not R&B.
Yeah,
right. He's a whole nother.
Yeah,
right?
well,
but if you go back, you gotta look at Sam Cooke. And then you come recent. You gotta look at Teddy Pendergrass.
Yes, sir.
You go back. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
You got, and then like the other part that everybody is forgetting because nobody said the name, right? Is everybody's forgetting about Marvin Gaye.
I said Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
Okay. So it's like you got Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke, and then whoever the fourth.
Otis Redding.
And Otis Redding, right? So it's like if you take those four and you put that in there in a Mount Rushmore of what that spectrum is, or that era
the beginning.
Cool.
Mount Rushmore should be the beginnings, right? It wouldn't be R&B without these four niggas.
Now you gotta catch every man, because it's
niggas
that come out greater than
then we, I'm
niggas.
about to say, because that point we're going back to like Nat King Cole and shit. Like how far back are we going?
If you go
Nat King Cole consider R&B?
I feel like you should do Mount Rushmores and eras.
In that era, yeah.
It's hard.
Because like if you go,
at that point, that's a big part.
Four niggas, that's hard, bro.
Yeah, because if you go,
impossible.
like for me, I like singers that ain't even on this Mount Rushmore because of vocally where they at.
Yeah.
Like I like Luke James.
Cause y'all can't sit here and tell me.
You know what I'm saying? Like Luke James got a crazy, right? I like Bilal. You feel me?
Yeah, I like niggas like that.
These are R&B people that are not on that
No,
spectrum.
what I'm saying is like you can't sit here and fucking tell me Chris Brown on the top of R&B over all these niggas we just named.
Nah, hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
It ain't taking nothing from Chris Brown.
He ain't though. No.
But a lot of it
I love Chris Brown, but I'm just saying, you talking about the king of fucking art on the Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you serious?
A lot of it, and a big thing that did get brought up is the age range that you're looking at.
Yeah.
So whether people have even heard of, know anything about, so for my age group, that Mount Rushmore makes sense. Now
But
I understand for
like
y'all,
it goes in eras.
Yeah.
And I would put Chris Brown on there for a new
For this
era.
era,
I'm all fine with that.
So let me
ask y'all this.
What if you had to do a Mount Rushmore of each decade, like the last 40 years?
I would say the last 25 years. Right? To piggyback off what you're saying. Last 25 years. But you realize that's
2000.
That's why I said
I know.
I would
so I'm saying the last 25 years.
I would count all
if you look, I'm saying, I'm following you.
You can't
look at 25 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Usher. I'm going with Chris Brown. I'm going with R. Kelly. And I'm going with Tank, personally. Right? Because Tank wrote it. Tank sang it. Tank produced it. People don't understand Tank sang the backgrounds on Aaliyah's Can I Come Over? Like, so Tank is one of those people in R&B that people don't even like understand. Like Tank is another version, argumentatively, of R. Kelly. Like he wrote it, he produced it, he sang it, he did the track, and then he sang background on your track. Tank is the reason for Omarion O. Tank is the reason for Chris Brown. Tank is the reason for Usher's hits. Like he wrote for all that. He's the Jamie Foxx went platinum on both of those albums. It was Tank's albums he gave to Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you look at it from a total package, it's like, all right, I'm looking at total package, right? R. Kelly.
But that's not public information to a point where everybody can agree with you.
I got a question.
But you know what? I'll go for that though, because especially with what he said, putting R. Kelly on there, especially for that era, I'll take me. When I was younger, I knew R. Kelly. But you know what? When I got older and I was obsessed with B2K, guess who was writing that shit?
Yeah, he was. I can't remember.
So he fits on. He fits.
I got a question. So if Mike is disqualified because he's not traditional R&B, right? Don't Chris Brown got to be disqualified because he's not traditional R&B?
I think so too.
Because that's not traditional R&B.
I think so.
What?
But
it's not.
What is it though? Because he got so much. He got no air.
Hold on. Okay. I'll get to it. Okay. Because a lot of times we talk about R&B. What is R&B? R&B is rhythm and blues. Yeah. So it comes from something. Funk is rock. It's goddamn blues. It's motherfucking gospel. It's a bunch of things. Yeah. It's somewhere in hip hop, and I know exactly where it started. Jodeci is where it started. Yeah. When hip hop got integrated in R&B. Yeah. Okay. Chris Brown is the culmination of what hip hop and R&B is, but it is not Jodeci R&B. Yeah, it is not Jodeci R&B though.
No, it's not Jodeci R&B.
No,
but
it's not.
Some songs.
He definitely do. I'm about to say, I'm gonna make you say you love me. Is definitely one of them.
Yeah,
because you got
no. Both of y'all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're one of y'all wrong.
Yeah.
I know what P's saying, and I know what you're saying, because Chris Brown do got R&B records.
Right.
Yeah.
But he is synced to the hip hop community where he's like hip hop R&B.
His first album
He is
was
the pinnacle
R&B.
of what hip hop
His first
and
album was
R&B turned into.
He's Mary J.
but
Blige.
he's also like
he is Mary J.
Chris Brown is Mary J. Blige for real.
Yeah, but
He's
Chris Brown
also
can actually
like-
sing.
He also
Chris
got
Brown can
like-
actually sing.
I
Mary J. Blige can't sing.
I ain't taking the odds. I'm talking
Mary
about the
J.
music.
Blige
So
made
his
some of the
first-
greatest records out.
Yeah.
She did.
My son was
She
conceived
She
by
made
Mary J.
she made great records, but she couldn't sing.
He gotta be able to sing.
R. Kelly and Mary J.
I'm just talking about
is
the
the
songs
reason why I
right
have
now.
kids.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Chris Brown is
his
Mary
whole
J.
first
Blige.
album was definitely straight R&B.
Yeah.
And I think early, that's usually
fair.
how it works though.
It's
He
fair.
usually come out more
Shout out
R&B
Hurley.
early.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is his evolution, he has become the pinnacle of what hip hop and R&B combined is.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, he the king of it.
Because he can literally do it all. He can rap, he can
Not
sing, he can do,
R&B
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why I'm not gonna say.
I don't think Chris Brown deserved to be on the Mount Rushmore of R&B.
I think he does.
Depends on what decade it is.
I'm just going on. That's why I go back rock. That's why I go back to Earl.
Yeah.
Right now, he would be on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
But we go if we go to
You hear that?
the 90s,
They letting on.
1990s.
They shoot.
I'll tell y'all about it after the show.
Okay.
But, if you go to like 1990s, you know what I'm saying? Like
R. Kelly
we
be on
talking
there.
about R. Kelly. We talking about Keith Sweat. We talking about Aaron Hall. We talking about
Bobby
you know what I'm
Brown.
saying? Bobby
Yeah.
Brown even.
Yeah.
You know
Damn,
what I'm
Dave
saying?
Hollister, nigga.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like I say,
I'm just talking about great R&B.
I just feel like it's Earls, man. You go to the 80s, you talking about Marvin Gaye.
If we was to do a now female Mount Rushmore, does Jasmine Sullivan belong on that joint?
Absolutely.
If you put her on there, I wouldn't
If you put on
argue
there,
with
but
you. I wouldn't say.
she would be on those. She would be
Yeah,
on
because you
Mount
got to get
Rushmore.
past Whitney.
Yeah.
You got to get past
man, we talking about-
Aretha.
we
You
talking-
got to get past Gladys Knight. You got to get, man, there's a lot of people to
Brittany
get
had this
past.
conversation before.
Yeah.
You know what
It
I'm
just
saying?
depends on what, like Foom said, it depends on the era.
Yeah.
It depends on the era.
So
If you put her on there, I wouldn't argue with
Because
you.
we start talking.
Would you put Erykah Badu on there?
Yeah.
Oh, my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Oh, the
If you
Neo
put her
Soul
on there,
one.
I wouldn't argue with
We
you.
talking about
Neo Soul.
Neo Soul, but not
Yeah.
R&B. Okay.
Neo
but-
Soul is R&B.
Neo
But-
Soul
but-
is
but-
R&B.
it's a
But
different
it's a
genre.
different
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
R&B.
Neo Soul
but
is
it's
a different
all-
genre.
Erykah Badu is the definite Neo Soul Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Period.
Neo. Yeah, if you
Easy.
going with
And
Neo,
anybody else you
Soul.
fucking want to add.
Easy.
But as long as Erykah on
Yeah,
that
'cause
joint.
that Mount-
don't
Yeah.
matter.
But-
That Mount Rushmore is male and female.
Yeah.
Just
So
gotta
if
consider
you
Neo
would've
Soul
I put
R&B.
Bilal on that joint.
You know,
Yeah, why ain't no
It's just-
girls
Yeah,
on
I'm saying, because
R&B?
you put Mount Rushmore, I'm going to throw Whitney on
You
there.
can throw
And that's
Whitney
what I would
Houston
say.
on
I
there.
would say
You know what I'm
my-
saying?
R&B?
Take out, take out White and put Whitney on the bitch.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and real
I'm
talk,
right with
if you're
that
going to put Chris Brown, put Beyonce.
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Real shit.
Yeah.
I'll
Real
put
shit.
Beyonce if I put Chris.
I mean, they're really the same.
Beyonce or
and I ain't
Destiny's
mean that
Child and
disrespect.
Beyonce? Because are you
I don't mean
separating
that no
them two?
disrespect.
No,
But
they the
Chris
same.
Brown and Beyonce is pretty much.
Nah, I'm not gonna say that.
They
I'm
are.
not gonna say that.
It's the
I'm
equivalent
not gonna
to me.
say that.
They're very
Because-
equivalent.
No.
They
First of all,
are.
you got to think about Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, Destiny's Child was straight R&B.
Okay.
For
Definitely.
especially
Definitely.
for their first
Yeah.
three albums.
And
Yeah.
Beyonce was what,
R&B.
17?
Yeah, exactly.
They was hip-hop.
then
They
you
was
also
hip-hop
got
too, though, Brittany.
You got,
They was
you got,
hip-hop
you got
on.
Destiny's
Dangerous-
Child was hip hop too.
Okay, but you got Beyonce's Dangerously in Love.
Okay.
R&B.
Okay.
Straight R&B.
Straight R&B.
Man, run down them Chris Brown joints, man.
That's a pointless argument.
I also said
You
Chris
about to
Brown
get to
also
argue with a
got
female about
R&B.
Beyonce,
I
it's
also
over.
said it.
We talked about Irreplaceable earlier.
Yeah, I'm just.
I said Chris Brown was R&B, so I'm not arguing that they both deserve to be on there.
All I'm saying is they pretty much the same people.
Wow. That's
They got a parallel.
I be thinking about when I think
That's
of
deep.
R&B, I
Yeah.
think like Rock.
I ain't never heard that
I think
before.
like Rock said when he said like.
And
who-
they done slapped to
who you had
nail
sex
one
with.
of them.
No, it's not insulting.
Like who you had sex
I think
with,
both of
like,
them is on
I'm
like the
going off.
same
I'm going off
tier
of
level.
song specifics.
Yeah.
Right, so
Like
here-
I'm going off of song
Here's
specifics.
my question for
Because Tank
the
slowly
three of y'all
take everything.
specifically.
Take
If
it.
you were to put her on one,
Mm-hmm.
which Rushmore would you put Lauryn Hill on?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great one.
That's
Cause Lauren Hill could
She
go
could
on.
go
She could go on a hip
hip-hop,
hop. She could go on R&B.
And she could also,
Soul, yeah.
and she could also not go on there because she only got one album.
Thank you.
That
That was my.
We
Thank you.
talking about that?
Thank
We
you.
talked about that.
Thank you.
Look,
She cannot go on Mount
Me and Brittany
Rushmore.
were talking when they were talking about great singers, and I was talking about Anita Baker, and we was like, "Well, I'm throwing Lauryn Hill on there." I said, "Brittany, no disrespect to Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love
her too.
Lauryn Hill with
She
all
ain't
my
got but
heart.
one. She ain't
But
got
I ain't
one.
gonna put her up there with no Whitney
Why,
Houston
no.
and Anita Baker. She just ain't
Mariah
doing
Carey.
nothing. She just didn't do enough. Yeah, Mariah Carey. She just ain't do enough.
If she did 3 more of them,
if Lauryn Hill could have pushed out at least 2 more,
yeah, she should have been on there.
I might would have. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all don't give her credit for having the Fugees? For being on the Fugees?
Yeah, I give her credit for hip hop. Lauryn Hill is shit. I'm not shitting on Lauryn Hill. No, nobody think I'm shitting on Lauryn Hill. When we start talking about Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey and Anita Baker, what Lauryn Hill fit in that?
She don't fit.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, so
Cole.
Here's my other one. Where y'all putting Missy Elliott?
Missy hip hop, man. Missy hip hop. But Missy also go one of the greatest writers of all time.
So
she would be Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
So is she gonna be rap, hip hop, or writer?
Writer.
Okay.
But she started out singing.
Writer.
Yeah, but she didn't kill us with the voice.
When it comes to her catalog, it came down to her writing.
It really came from writing.
Yeah. I mean, she brought Monica back to us.
Yeah.
She definitely brought Monica back.
Yeah. Missy's
But I just love Missy because she's responsible for a lot.
I love Missy,
She's responsible for a lot. But R&B as a genre is
I love Missy. She came so far, man.
Shout out Leon. Leon said, fuck it, 4 ain't enough, yeah.
4 ain't
enough.
That's a real
Yeah, 4 is not enough. I said that earlier. I just don't think it's enough.
Mount Rushmore ain't enough. Goddamn.
Oh, 4. I was talking about Neo.
That was an hour ago, Sean.
Neo, 4 ain't enough.
That's a clip.
You need more. You need more.
And I guess we can get out of here on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Peace.
Man, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
It was very enlightening.
Hey, when your documentary coming out, son? Boogie, the documentary.
And it's shout outs.
Oh man, shout out to everybody and everything. Shout out to these battle raps coming up. Hierarchy coming down May 10th at my center. Right next weekend is Squabble Up Southpaw May 18th at my center. And it's a battle rap tournament coming up. So Rumble in Richmond is coming. Y'all will see it. And Ladies Night Show is coming back May 31st at Addie's. I'm hosting, creating a lineup now.
Okay.
Go live next week around.
Right. No doubt. Yeah.
And on that note.
Cheers.
Barry Bands. This motherfucking outro.
Barry Bands.